Hey, Walt Kirkland here. Welcome to another edition of Kirkland's Corner. I appreciate you guys. Every week we try to bring the heat here at Kirkland's Corner, and we got a great show. We got Dianne Harris from the Revenue Authority, Anthony Lane, wow, he's a phenomenal speaker, Nala Washington, in Project MC. They're going to be doing some poets and rapping and poetry. Don't go away. Another great show here on Kirkland's Corner. We appreciate you. Come on back.
We're here early before they wake up. We stay late, we stay informed, we invest in the latest technology.
We take the time to train the next generation of doctors and nurses. We work together to make sure we heal their bodies and their minds.
We do this not because it's our job, but because this is about our veterans' lives. This is our mission. More than 300,000 of us working as one, together with families and loved ones. No matter where they live in this country, we'll be there.
We all come together and stand together to serve our veterans. We stand strong, united. Stand with us in caring for our veterans.
Welcome back. We appreciate you, man. I have a great guest here. Dianne Harris, Public Information Officer, Community Relations Manager of the Revenue, Prince George's. How you doing there?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Dianne, thank you for coming out today. And tell us about what you do with the county.
Well, my role is to make sure that anything that comes to the county exec that needs to be disseminated to the public for my agency, that it gets out there. So I have a very important role between a liaison between county exec and Revenue Authority to make sure they're up to date on everything and in harmony with everything.
Well, you were talking in the green room, and thank you for what you do. You're located in Suitland, Maryland. Tell the viewers about the real estate projects and some of the stuff you're doing in Suitland. Okay,
now we have the development in Suitland. We're doing the Federal Center in partnership with the Redevelopment Authority.
And what is that? What is
okay,
that
that's going to be a 25-acre new neighborhood with a mix of residential, retail,
25
office.
Acres?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Retail development?
Retail, office, cultural facilities, residential. So
awesome.
We're looking at, we call it the town square at Suitland Federal Center.
Beautiful, beautiful. That's great.
And then a little, not in Suitland, but we're doing the Capital Region Medical Center garage. The construction hadn't started on that, but that's going to be the garage for the medical center.
Tell the viewers about the new hospital. Is that the new hospital?
That's the new hospital, projected completion of the
2021?
2021. The parking spaces, we should have 1,165 parking spaces for the new Capital Region parking. And the total development costs, $35 million.
$35 million. And for the viewers out here, Prince George's County, and I know people watch us out of the region, it's just a very progressive town. Dianne, we also talked about the Creative Skills Center. What is that all about?
Okay, well, I believe we're talking about the Creative Suitland.
Yeah, what is that about?
And Creative Suitland is a creative arts center. And we're doing that in partnership with Joe's Movement Emporium.
What is that?
Okay, that's another art center hub located in Mount Rainier. And it's been on the scene for quite a few years. So in partnership with Joe's Movement Emporium, with the support of the Revenue Authority as a developer,
excellent.
We have an art center for Suitland residents.
I like what you were saying. So what are some of the skill sets? You mentioned art development, education, even hand dancing, right?
Yoga.
Yoga.
We've got like summer events like the Farmers Markets, Thrive Market, which features dance workshops, theater demonstrations, yoga classes. And this will increase the foot traffic and enliven businesses along the strip where we're located in Suitland.
Now, it sounds like a lot of people are not aware about, where is it located in Suitland?
Okay, it's on Silver Hill Road.
Okay. And
it's property that the Revenue Authority purchased and is redeveloping. And for now, it is devoted to arts and creative artists.
So I see it's here to support the citizens of Prince George's County and Suitland. So what is your desired state in the next 5 years with this creative center? What would you like ideally, obviously people to come out, but what would you want it to do and how you want to grow it?
Well, we want to develop more high-quality programming in the arts education classes, artist development opportunities,
Yes.
and non-arts community space. And we want this to be a hub and a generator of opportunities for businesses, students.
How would that be an opportunity for a business? Talk to us.
Okay, if you, for instance, food trucks.
Yes.
We will have an opportunity for people that want to vend to have, to come on the property. And then inside of
vending on the property.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then also nonprofits and people who are interested in the arts can rent space or utilize the space to serve the community. It's a creative cultural hub to really enliven and enrich the lives of the citizens in the Suitland area. So what we have is a combination of real estate development, and then we have the creative hub of Creative Suitland, together.
So with that authority, what you're saying is you write tickets, you also do that portion.
Well, we manage
so
programs.
You manage the tickets programs?
So it's parking enforcement.
Parking enforcement.
Yes, and then we also provide booting and towing services.
You do that too?
Yeah, abandoned vehicle units.
I thought I liked you. I don't like you anymore.
Okay, well, if you think about it, it contributes to order, and it also helps to beautify the county, because abandoned vehicles are eyesores.
Yes,
so part
they
of
are.
our initiative is to remove as many abandoned vehicles as possible.
So do you tow them?
We tow them.
Oh, wow. So
we remove them.
For non-paying tickets or not registration or license tags?
The ticket situation, if you have 2 tickets that age in the system over 90 days, then we will boot your vehicle.
After 90 days?
After 90
I didn't
days,
know
2
that.
vehicles. And then if you still don't pay us, then we will tow your vehicle.
Oh, wow.
So most people don't allow us to go that far. They'll go ahead if they want the vehicle and pay the tickets.
I see. So very unique. So you have that arm, the revenue arm with the authority, which is the ticketing and writing arm.
Yeah, that generates revenue.
That's the revenue side. And then you have the...
And then the investment, the real estate investment.
The real estate.
And then we put money back into the community.
So you actually do development. So like the parking deck, is that a development portion of the segment?
That's part of the development, that we are building the parking garage to go with the regional hospital that's going up. Yes.
What are some other projects you guys have worked on from your department?
Okay, we are conducting an amphitheater study.
Oh, nice.
And it's been commissioned to build this for an entertainment destination.
Oh, okay.
And it's slated to include community enriching activities. Also, Hyattsville Justice Center. We are exploring the redevelopment of the Triangle to include multifamily residential units and performance space.
Oh, where is this in Hyattsville?
The Hyattsville Justice Center.
Off of 202?
Yes.
Wow.
And we're also looking at the Showplace Arena highest and best use study. This is a study to see how we can develop this area for the task of determining the best use and potential consideration as a premier equestrian center.
So I've done a lot of events at the Showplace Arena. There's a lot of acoustical problems. So when you're doing a concert there, we're going to have some performance coming up later, there's always been some acoustics with that center. So hopefully you're going to look at that too in terms of the rebuild.
Well, I'm sure that in the redevelopment part that we want optimal, conditions.
Yes.
And that would be something that we would.
So you're doing a research on that with a third party?
What we do, yes, we are commissioning the service of a real estate advisory company.
That's awesome.
So that we can see the best use of this property and how we can also elevate it to an equestrian center of, optimal level.
Because I know it's a multi-purpose usage center now. Is that going to change? Are you still going to do concerts there, or just going to do the equestrian piece?
At this time, I'm not sure, because it really, right now, what we're looking at is developing the space. Now, the usage, that'll come later in the planning.
I see. I see. And you have the amphitheater. What else do you have in the works? Anything else in the works from your department the next 2 years?
That's what we've got going for the next 5 years, actually.
5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're really proud of the Creative Suitland Arts Center. you know.
Yeah, let's go back to that again, because that's pretty unique. The hand dancing, you said the arts, you even said yoga. You have yoga now?
Yes, we do have yoga now.
And this is open to the public, so anyone
This is open to the public. You know, contact us, and you know, if you have something that you would like to use the space for.
Oh, so you can rent the space out too?
Yes, if you.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What's the square footage? How big is it?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I don't have the
Okay,
square
okay.
footage.
So a business person could rent out your facility too?
Yes, yes, they could.
That's awesome. And what's the website?
Oh my goodness, I don't have that. Could
Okay.
we maybe put that up before we close out
Sure.
the website itself?
Sure,
Okay.
sure. So if they want to book the facility, they would just call your office?
They could call the office and speak to Consuela Henderson.
Henderson. What's the
Yeah.
phone number?
Okay, 301-955-0787.
One more time, slower.
301-955-0787.
And the person that couldn't attend, what was his role? You mentioned earlier in the green room.
Okay, that's Peter A. Shapiro. He's
Shapiro.
the executive director of the Revenue Authority.
Excellent, excellent. So in his role, what does he do? He's a director.
He oversees everything.
Okay.
He runs the agency.
So you're open Monday through Sunday or Monday through Friday?
Okay, is this the
Your creative piece.
Suitland? Monday through Friday, and then we
Okay.
have special events and activities Saturday and Sunday.
You have any upcoming events that we want to talk about or share with the group?
No, I don't. I didn't bring the agenda for the upcoming.
But you do have.
But we do have ongoing activities.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So we were talking earlier. Kevin Durant, who's a professional athlete, his family lives in Prince George's County. I think we need to reach out to him to get him to visit your facility because he gives back to a lot of the youth in the county. So he's injured now, so he's definitely available. We're doing an event with 100 black men at our annual brunch, and I think he's going to be attending our brunch at the time.
Okay, that would be awesome. We would be so honored if he would grace us with his presence.
Absolutely, absolutely. Anything else you want to share with what you do in terms of your organization?
No, I think I would just like to end up saying that the Revenue Authority, one of the core issues is that we want to contribute to the quality of life in the county.
What do you mean by that?
What we mean is that the neighborhoods and the livability issues, we would like to have residents in Prince George's County be proud of living here and being proud of the county, and want to stay and want to grow the county. So we are trying to contribute to that effort.
Good for you, because sometimes we get a bad rap. We get a bad rap with that in terms of crime. And I mentor a lot of kids in the Suitland area and also the adjoining District Heights. And we get a lot of negative connotations about that. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, you do hear some negative things. We are positive, and we are looking toward whatever we can do in terms of activities going forward. And that's why we have initiated some of the projects in Suitland. And we believe in, the residents of Suitland, and we want to do our part because we do care.
You're right, you're right. Because, when you look at what's happening in the region, there's just a lot of negativity. I know that Angela Alsobrooks, who I talked to quite a bit, she's looking to try to really change that whole mantra, because we hear about how wealthy the county is from across the country, but then we have all these issues. Even the graduation rate right now is, believe it or not, is under 90%. It's like 87%. And you would think, when you and I went to school, it was close to 99%.
Yep.
I don't know why that happens. I mean, why do you think that happens in this county? Why do you think the youth are just not, there seems to be a lack of sense of urgency?
Well, I think over time, social norms have changed and shifted. And I believe that also the breakdown of the home, which is, and the family, that used to be much stronger. And then also spiritual values and just positive values. They're not as esteemed as they once were.
Yeah, because see, on the positive side, I'm from New York City. We live in the most powerful part of the country. We're close to the nation's capital. And I think for people that live here or from here, we take that for granted. You know what I mean? And I think it's an optics thing that we have to change the mindset of the youth. They lack also the sense of urgency. When you and I went to school, I had to graduate and I was going to college. But there seems to be a lack of sense of urgency in this region. and we're in the epicenter of this whole country in terms of federal jobs, opportunities, and even the population of minorities. I mean, we have a high concentration of blacks here and minorities that, you know, folks are used to us being here. So I think we lose track of that, and it's really a big dilemma where I think we got to continue to try to work with. And I commend you what you're doing there at Suitland in Prince George's County and continue to do this creative stuff. So any other new projects you'll be having with these programs? So you have, obviously, I'm going to close this out in a few. You have the arts development, you have the hand dancing, the yoga, any other specific program? So you do painting there too? And
Well, there's painting, there are after-school programs. There's an outlet for, Suitland High School has I believe they have a jazz band.
Oh, they have a jazz band. I think I've seen them. They're really good.
And
yes,
they
I have.
performed at our grand opening for Creative Suitland. They're fantastic.
Excellent. What's the name of the jazz band?
Suitland High School Jazz Band.
Yes, I've seen them perform.
Yeah, they're outstanding.
Excellent.
But I think that all of us, can set a good example and then support the youth by giving our time, sharing our resources. If we want the youth to be successful, then we have to invest because they're our future.
Right. We have a saying at the 100 Black Men, I've used this before in the show, what they see is what they be.
Exactly.
What they see is what they be. We have to really exemplify what they want to see. And if we don't do that, then they're going to lose their thought process.
We have to teach by example.
We really do. So as we close out this segment, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Any last words about what you do with the authority for the viewers to listen? And we talked about, your development, the real estate, the parking, the hospital, any other things you want to close your segment out with?
I think
your facility.
I think we've covered it all, and we're located on Mercantile Lane, the agency itself.
Oh, you're on Mercantile Lane.
Yeah, we're in the neighborhood.
Okay, again, your address is 4719 Silver Hill Road, right?
No, that's where Creative Suitland is.
Okay, so
that's where that facility is.
Right, but that facility is for Suitland is 4719 Silver Hill Road.
Yes, sir. Correct.
So, and again, that's open every day. Great ability to get involved with the county, and thank you for what you guys do. Thank you for your time, for coming out today, and send Peter my regards.
Will do.
And we really appreciate you, Dianne, coming out during the week with all this good stuff that you're doing in the county. So as we close this out, we really try to make a big difference in the county, and I want to thank Dianne, and we have coming up my good buddy, Anthony Lane. He is a independent, certified trainer, speaker, people strategist here on Kirkland's Corner. Don't go away. Come back for more exciting talk. We appreciate you.
What is the 2020 census? Every 10 years, the census records everyone living in this country. It's written in the Constitution and comes in a questionnaire that counts everyone who lives at your address on April 1st. The data can be used to inform funding for services like fire stations, schools, clinics, and representation that affect your community. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
Our connections make powerful things happen, uniting individuals and communities. We are Rotary. We are people of action. With over 1 million members, we know what people can do when they come together. Around the world, generations of leaders build new friendships and solve problems, turning great ideas into reality. Take action with us. Find out more at rotary.org/action.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that segment. Now we have the man of the hour, Mr. Lane. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Yourself?
All right. Appreciate you, man. And Mr. Lane, he is a certified business coach, people strategist. Tell them more about what you mean by that.
So for years, I've been helping individuals get to the next level of their life, whether it's in their business life, their professional life,
Excellent.
and personal relationships. I just help them get to the next level of life. So I decided to up my game and become certified and officially help people on a new level.
What I'm impressed about you, let's just digress a little bit. So You're from the military. Tell the viewers about how you started in the military.
So I joined back in 1989, but before that I fell in love with the military in 1978 when the Vietnam War was winding down, and I fell in love with it, and I knew from the age of 8 that I wanted to join. and grew up in church, grew up around family,
Excellent.
grew up helping people. And this is a passion of mine, this is a gift of mine, and I'm using that gift that God has given me.
So you've taken the same discipline from the military into your business entities, correct?
I am.
So I had the pleasure to meet you at a conference, I guess, several weeks ago,
Right.
Where we're both trying to get ourselves better. And as you guys saw on Facebook Live, we did a Facebook Live with, was it Andrews Air Force Base?
It was at Andrews Air Force Base by the airstrip.
It was pretty impressive where the president's plane arrived.
Right.
So tell them what you do now in terms of your business, Anthony.
So what I do now, I help small business owners, because a lot of small businesses, they're struggling. They don't have the working capital, or they work with individuals who promise a lot of different things and they come up empty. And so what I do, I work with them and I help find untapped revenue in their organization, a minimum of $40,000 or more. And I do that by...
Yeah, how do you do that?
I do that by working with their lead generation. I work with their conversion. I work with their transactions, and with their prices of what they're doing already, and with their profits. So I take everything that they're already doing.
So, okay.
And I just say, hey, what if we do it this way?
So walk the viewers through. So you meet a client and walk them through. What do? You look at their business?
So we sit down, we talk, we just take more leads. I see how I look at their lead generation.
I see.
One of the biggest
So how many leads are doing now?
How many leads are doing now? They can get 1,000 leads in, but the key thing to business is if you don't follow up, then you can get a great person on the phone, but if you don't follow up with that person,
That's so
a
true.
lot of people don't have follow-up systems.
That's true.
They don't have something that's called a CRM, a customer relationship management system, something that they can follow up with. Or they're just afraid of the phone. They're afraid of the email. So we just work through these different things.
I see.
And a lot of my strategies that I use also, they don't have to spend a dime. They do
really?
things,
Okay.
we just take a look at
process improvement.
Process improvement, correct.
Okay. Now, I noticed in your backdrop, you also have a John Maxwell certification. Tell the viewers what that represents.
So John Maxwell represents, for me, and he has over 30 years of leadership experience. Before I even graduated from high school, before I even left, he was teaching leadership back in the 70s.
Very familiar.
Very familiar. And so for me, I was looking out in the leadership world and seeing what I can do, who I can borrow some of their knowledge from, and combine my own experience and expertise with, and just work with.
So you're certified?
I am a certified coach and speaker and trainer with John Maxwell. I've been a trainer for over 30 years with the military and the civilian sector, and with DoD.
You did the training when you were in the military too?
Yes.
Oh, wow. So you definitely have a lot of good experience. Okay. So when you hire a client, you actually can walk them through steps.
Yes.
As is, like what is and what the desired state is.
I can see exactly where they're at.
That's great.
And see where they want to go. And then if they're coachable, if they're trainable, because everyone's not coachable or
That's
trainable.
so true.
And take them and say, hey, you're here. If we do this, this, and this, because these are proven strategies, then you can be here in 6 months or less. But if you don't want to listen, you can get there in 10 years.
So tell the viewers of an example where you took a client and you helped them financially or helped them develop their company. Do you have an example?
I have an example to where I took a restaurant owner.
Okay.
And where they were doing decent. And so I'm not a restaurant connoisseur or anything.
Right.
I eat at restaurants, that's about it.
Right.
But I know individuals. I know
what were they struggling with?
They were struggling with keeping the clients there, bringing more customers in.
I see.
And I made a couple recommendations on what they can do. And in that case, we looked at their overhead.
Expenses.
Their expenses. They were spending way too much money on certain things. Certain items on their menu were not even being touched. And we made the changes and we excelled. They did all the work. I just gave them recommendations.
And then they end up growing their business? Or
they grew their business by at least $140,000 in the first 6 months.
Oh, is that right? That's awesome. Great example. And that's in the Washington region?
That is in the Washington region, yes. That's
Okay.
in Charles County.
Great. Now you have, we were talking in the green room.
Okay.
April 7th is a good day.
April 7th
What's happening that day?
So April 7th is a very good day. I'm holding a live event. And so I'm holding more live events to not just get my name out there, but just get out what I'm doing to these, working with these individual
What's
small
a live
businesses.
event? What exactly is that?
That live event is going to be in Charles County, and the event is going to be in from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And I'm going to be holding different events throughout the DMV area.
And how do they go online? What's your website?
So my website, if they want to download my book, it is on askwhat'sinitforme.com.
One more time.
Askwhat'sinitforme.com to download my book.
It's an ebook?
It is an ebook.
Oh, that's awesome. What's in the ebook?
The ebook, it talks about the different strategies that I use to help them work with their business and find more revenue in their business.
So let's go back to this April 7th. So you're going to do this online, or is it in person?
So because
the coronavirus, I know there's a lot going on, and some people are actually canceling events, Anthony.
Exactly.
So you're going to do this online or
So actually, from the very beginning, I plan on doing it live and online. So I plan on doing it both. But now I got a phone call today and said they're canceling all events, live events from this one. I no longer have a classroom, so now this event will be held strictly online, which gives me more flexibility because now I can hold it 3 times that day, and they can go on to my meetup page. Meetup page.
What's your meetup page? What is that?
Is Business Strategies Meetup Group. Business Strategies Meetup
Group.
And on that page, I will have not just the 7th of April event. I will have other events on there also.
That's excellent. Now, let's talk about people's strategists. That's a very unique term. I know you and I were brainstorming about that several weeks ago. What does that mean to you?
Wow.
Because that's a really deep kind of, I've never heard that before. I like it. So what does that really mean?
That means to me,
encompasses a lot, Anthony.
It does. It does. You know, I love helping people get from one area of their life to the next area of their life. Whether, like I said at the very beginning, if it's business or personal, just working with them, finding different strategies that will work for them. Because what works for me is not going to work for you.
That's so true.
And for me to help them find their true purpose, for them to find their why in life. Because you might be doing what you're doing, you might not like it. You might be doing it because your parents want you to do it. And I am there to help them find a way to get to their end goal.
I think what you just said is one of the most profound things is finding your passion. Because when you find your passion, Anthony, as you know, we talked about this, you're not working. You're doing what you love to do.
Exactly.
Do you find that difficult to pull that out of people sometimes?
I do, because some people say, well, you know, I love a paycheck. Well, guess what?
We all love a paycheck.
We all love a paycheck. I don't care if you were an underwater basket weaver. You can get paid millions of dollars by doing it because someone else wants to learn how to weave baskets underwater also.
Yes.
But you can take your passion and go in so many different directions at doing it. And for years, I didn't know that I had this in me to talk to different individuals and just say, you know, if I can do it, you can do it. You know, just with my background and your background, you know, I want you to find what is true about you and actually do it.
Yeah.
You know, there's only one Oprah Winfrey on this earth, but everyone says, I want to be Oprah. Well, guess what? You can't be her. You can take her name, but you can't take what she's doing because she built that on her own. Now it's time to build you.
Yeah, what I tell a lot of people, Anthony, and I'm sure you do too, we live in the most powerful part of the country. We're in the nation's capital.
Exactly.
The nerve of the whole country. And I think if we just kind of understand our purpose and where we are, we really could really impact our companies moving forward. Would you agree?
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
You know, and one of the other things that I do with John Maxwell is just go into different businesses and work with them because they might have their finances good, but I go in and work with their leadership team in different ways and give them different strategies to use with their leadership team.
That's excellent.
You have young people that are coming up and helping them build their self-esteem to become leaders, because there are some leaders don't need to be leaders because they don't know how to lead.
Right.
They can be a boss, they can tell you what to do, but they don't want to do what they're telling you to do anyway.
Yeah. So I ask a lot of my guests this, and this will be very pertinent. I want to hear your response. Where does Anthony Lane want to be in 5 years from now?
That is a very good question.
Yeah.
Because
ponder that. What would you want to do, and what would you be doing in 5 years from now?
In 5 years, I want to be on the stage making a difference. I want to be in front of people making a difference. And not just here in the United States, really.
Internationally.
Internationally. I'm not in competition with anyone because I have the entire world. There's over, 800 million small businesses in the world.
That's a few, Anthony.
That's only a few,
Right.
And so,
right.
I'm not thinking about, Prince George County. I'm not thinking about Maryland. I'm thinking globally because we have the internet. Because the coronavirus has hit.
Man, oh man.
I'm talking to small businesses. Your business is shutting down because you're relying on that face-to-face. But now,
that's so true.
You're online. Get online and do business. Now you have an opportunity to pivot and work with businesses in other ways. And that's what we're doing. That's what you're doing here also.
Oh, without question, without question. So you'd like to continue to grow your business, not just domestically, but internationally.
Correct.
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
And I'm in the business of building others. So if I can talk to 1 million people. If I can touch one person, I've done my job.
That's great. That's great. Whatever things are you working on in the next 90 days that the viewers should know about? I know you have your April 7th coming up. Any other? I know you recently went to this event in Vegas, which was phenomenal. Can you just talk about that briefly? Where you went to this amazing event in Vegas, which I'm going with you next year, by the way.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's called the 10X conference.
10X.
And 10X is about supersizing your life. It's put on by Grant Cardone, and one of the best things about it, there was entrepreneurs as young as 15 years old.
That's amazing.
And as old as 99 years old, walking through the conference on a walker. There was a young man there that was 22 years old. Less than 18 months ago, he had less than $100 in his pocket.
No way.
And now he's making at least, I think he said, at least $70,000 a month.
$70,000 a month?
In 18 months. And he had to do it because the seats that he was sitting in were $20,000 seats.
Goodness gracious. That's right, because it's by where
we
you're
won't be sitting there. We're going to be sitting,
in the nosebleed.
Well, no, we're going to have some good seats, but not $20,000 seats.
Yeah.
But that young man, he took his business and he took it serious from this level to that level because he listened, he was coachable, and he was learnable.
Give the viewers your handles, your IG, your Instagram, your Facebook, all your portals.
So on Facebook, I am on, my business page is Connecting Lane.
Oh, I like that, Connecting Lane.
And my e-learning website, I have e-learning also, it is connectinglane.com.
Connectinglane.com.
My, where you can download the ebook, it is askwhat'sinitforme.com.
Okay.
And any one of those social sites, you can go ahead and connect with me. There's a button at the top, you can connect with me. If you want me to just come and work with your organization, you want me to just speak with you one-on-one. And one of the
you will come to people. You will come to their facility or their job.
I have no problem
That's
with coming to individuals. I can do face-to-face. I can do Skype calls, Zoom.
Excellent.
I come to the people.
Yeah. So as a people's, you said strategist, correct?
People strategist.
So you look at their business. Do you look at their personality and their lifestyle too? Do you try to incorporate that in terms of their personal development, or is it strictly business?
No, I look at individual. So that's funny you say that. You say that because I have something's called a DISC profile, and that's working with individuals and their personalities.
I'm familiar with the DISC program. That's a very good program.
So you might have two business owners or just two individuals, a husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, that they want to find out what their personality is. Both of us are A-type.
That's
so
correct.
We have to figure out how to have synergistic, how to work together and get the business done. Both of us cannot be in charge at the exact same time of this same project.
You get that Stormin and Norman thing going on.
Exactly. Exactly.
So what you do is you do a DISC assessment of your clients to categorize where they are.
Yep.
And then you coach them through the process.
Yes, sir.
That's excellent.
Yes, sir.
That's great.
And I can do that with small businesses. I can do that personally or professionally.
Great, great. And you'll come to them, and then repeat your website again. What's your website?
AskWhat'sInItForMe.com. AskWhat'sInItForMe.com.
That's great. That's great. Now, one last question before we close it out. Who's your idol, Anthony? Who keeps you up at night? Who's the person that inspires you, Anthony?
This is going to be funny.
No?
It's not arrogant or anything. Matthew McConaughey said a few years ago, I look up to me. I project myself 10 years from now, and that's the person that I want to become.
Wow.
I look at, I have a puzzle person. you're part of that puzzle of the person that I want to become. Because when I first met you, I'm like, I said, Walter, you look like a $10 million man to me.
You sure did. You said that to me. You sure did.
Look, I take a bit of you, a bit of different individuals and I make it into me.
That's
but
amazing.
I look 10 years ahead and say, wow, this is who I want to be. This is who I want to become. Because I have 2 young men, I have 2 sons.
Yes.
That, I want them to say, you know what, my dad did it. I know that I can do it.
Well, Anthony, you're very impressive. I want to thank you for coming on Kirkland's Corner. What parting words do you have for your viewers about you as a person, about next steps for Anthony Lane?
My parting words is find your why.
Find your why.
Find your why, find your purpose, and keep your day job. Keep your day job, but at the same time, find your why and what passions you have on the inside. My part in that, and I saw a picture of 2 senior citizens on a gondola in Italy asleep.
Oh, what a visual.
That's a visual. They waited until they were 89 years old to enjoy their life.
Oh, my
enjoy
goodness.
your life, enjoy the journey while you're making a journey. Don't wait until we're going to do a trip when we get old. Yes. But you're going to be asleep. You can't enjoy the view.
All right, Anthony Lane, man, appreciate you, guy. Hope you enjoyed this guy. He is a man about town, very inspiring to all of us. We appreciate this, brother. So thanks again, brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, are you ready for some inspiration?
Yes, we are.
Let's pursue the arts. Coming up, we got some great people. We got MJ. We got, oh my God, we got a lot of good folks. The Poet Laureate of Bowie State. We have spoken word, all kinds of cool stuff. And we have, I think, what's her name? Let me get it right here. Nala. Nala's coming up, who is a poet from Suitland also, along with my man, and Project MC, that's the name. Project MC will be coming up. So don't go away on Kirkland's Corner. They're going to do a little spoken word, little speaking, little interview. But hey, hope you enjoy yourself. Come right back here on Kirkland's Corner.
I hail from royalty, a young fresh prince straight out of Georges County, born and raised in the DMV. I come from a county of lions that done put that pride in me. Oh, you don't know what that's about. What could you possibly imagine being pleasing royalty to the highest fashion? That right there is called Prince George's Proud.
The definition of creativity, turning imaginative ideas into a reality. You see, out of our limitation comes the creative mindset. This is where we stand in these rooms and know that it is full because we are within it. This is where all our stories will come about. See, it is now our job to represent our emotions through art, a place where outsiders will visit often, walk through, touch, and feel with you. We are all now walking exhibits.
All right, we're back. What'd you think of that, huh? Wow, that was amazing. Nala, what's going on, girl? How you doing?
I'm good.
John, how you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
You both are so talented.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you.
Thank you for being on our show, and you must have called each other because you're color coordinated.
Listen, this is the second time this happened.
Second time this
I don't know
happened?
what it is about her, but she keeps matching me.
No,
I don't appreciate
she's
it.
definitely my JR. This is an accident.
Okay.
Pure
Yeah,
accident.
well, we got to stay on the fashion. So someone was commenting about your shoes. I don't know if we can see that on the camera. We can see it. There it is. Tell them about your shoes real quick before we
So,
get
me and my family, we have something called the Michael Credle Collection. That is our fashion brand. Michael Credle Collection.
There, okay, great.
Yes. Follow us on Instagram, of course.
Okay.
Michael Credle Collection.
Awesome, man.
But with that, the whole idea behind it is that everything is one of a kind, original, so no pieces can be duplicated. And so I actually do some of the customizations a part of that. So these are actually customized by me as part of that
So
brand.
original, so different. Your whole swag, young man, is hot.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Trying to be like you.
Trying to be like me. Appreciate you. So let's get back to the topic at hand. You both are so talented. Tell the viewers, whoever wants to chime in, this competition, this National Poet Laureate competition. You want to tell us about that? Nala, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll take.
What is that all about?
So,
it's quite impressive.
The Prince George's County Youth Poet Laureate competition is sponsored by Dialect Prince George's. It essentially is about promoting civic duty as well as artistic duty of the different poets, youth poets. It's for anyone between the ages of 13 to 19. And for the year 2019, I was blessed enough to win the honor of serving as the 2019.
So you were the best out of like 100 applicants?
Yes, you can say that.
Impressive, man.
Thank you, I appreciate you. Thank you.
So why do you, I mean, where do you get your passion from? I mean, we saw some of your work. Where do you get that from? Is that your parents? Is that your life?
It's really a mixture of everything. First and foremost, it's God instilling that into me, giving me these abilities that I have. It's my parents' influence, the way I was raised. And essentially, it's just my passion to use my gift to help other people. At the end of the day, everything is not more so just about me. It's about me laying foundations of things for people to come after.
So how did you start? Was it your parents? What made you start? And then I'm going to get to you, Nalo. How did you start into this business?
Well, with poetry, for a long time, I quote-unquote hated poetry. Like, I really didn't want to do poetry at all. My mother and father tried to get me into it, and I just was so resistant, only because I was younger then, so I wasn't as open-minded. I was more so naive, and I wasn't really open to the things that poetry could do for me.
I see.
And really, it was the laureate position, the guy in charge, shout out to Patrick Washington, he was the one who pretty much kept saying, yeah, you'd be great for the laureate.
He was like your mentor?
Essentially, yeah.
Or a person that kind of
yeah,
got you
a
into
poet mentor in a sense. And so he kept urging me to do it, and essentially I went for it. And ever since becoming a laureate, I then got exposed to the different opportunities poetry can bring about, and I just fell in love with it ever since. It's a whole new wavelength away from music.
What about you? I mean, you're a senior in high school.
Senior.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you.
About to graduate this year. Yeah.
Yes.
Why'd you get into poetry?
Well, I didn't originally go to Suitland. I went to Suitland my sophomore year, and I remember a lot of my friends from my middle school came to the high school, and so we heard an announcement. They were like, "Oh, let's do poetry," and I was like,
"Poetry?
Girl,
what is that?"
I was like, "Well, I don't really want to play a sport, so we go do poetry." And when we went, though, the teacher I had, and I think she's working with Creative Suitland on a couple of things.
Creative Suitland too. That we that first guest, right?
Miss Clay, I can't remember her first name right now, but she definitely brought out what was already within me, you know?
That's awesome.
And so she really just brought out a different side out of all of us but me. And I was a part of the Youth Poet Laureate competition. I was one of the finalists. And so for 2019 and 2020, I'm a youth ambassador under Patrick Washington.
You're a youth ambassador, okay. Tell us about the competition. What did you have to do? Did you compete a couple times, or was it just one?
No,
you can take that process.
Okay. And so basically, we all received the email saying that we were one of the 10 to 12 finalists, and so we would come in for an interview.
What did you have to submit? A video?
It was a mini application. It was a video. I think about 5 poems in PDFs.
5. So you had to sample 5 poems.
Yes.
Via video.
And then you had to basically give a bio of everything that you do.
Very good.
And so we did that, and then we got chosen. And then we went through an interview process, and so basically we would sit in front of the judges and whatnot, and people we'd be working with throughout the next year. Because even though, like Manjan said, he was the Youth Poet Laureate for 2019, as a youth ambassador, you still were exposed to the different experience that he had. So we did events with him, but we also had our own events as well. So it also still gave us a platform. So even if you didn't win technically, you're still getting the benefits from it. And so we had the application process, and all of these were scored, and then the final thing was the
competition.
There we go.
You know what's impressive about both of you?
What?
You're so young, but your command of the English is phenomenal. No, seriously. No, I like that, because you're the next generation that's going to change the world. Your confidence, your poise, you both have it naturally because what you do as a performer.
Yeah.
So continue to do that. Let me ask you the same question, both of you. So, Nala, what do you want to be in 5 years?
5 years?
What do you want to be doing in 5 years?
Ooh, 5 years, I will be 23, I believe.
Yeah.
That's still young.
What does Nala want to be?
I think Nala wants to be her authentic self.
What does that mean, though? You want to be on TV? You want to be
I don't
teaching?
think so.
You want to use this as a craft?
I think I just want to keep doing what I'm doing now and just keep progressing as an artist with poetry and everything else that I've been doing. And really just helping. You know, to me, poetry is, you know, the things that are afflicted by reason. And so I feel like once you get that art form, because again, poetry is also a dying art form, but it isn't just, you know, like Manjan was saying, he quote unquote hated poetry. It's more so, it's not just like Shakespeare and roses are red, violets are blue. There's so much more emotion evoked in it. And I can really convey that, and I know we convey that in what we're doing now. So I feel like just keep progressing over that for the next 5 years and wherever God takes me.
So what I say to you both, every word has meaning. Every word has a connotation. The way you say it, the cadence, the speed, the diction. Word is very powerful. In the media business, as you all know, it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
What about you? What do you want to see yourself in 5 years? What do you want to be doing?
So, in 5 years, I'm currently a student at the illustrious Bowie State University, and I'm one of the WBSU. Hey, Bowie, you already know the vibes. I'm also one of the WBSU radio personalities on campus. So my immediate in 5 years is to be working at one of the radio stations either nearby or out of the area. And my plan is to go from being a radio host to then being a manager of the station to then owning the station.
Look at you, looking at the business side. Your dad has done well. That's incredible.
Shout out to Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad.
That's awesome. So I know you're both going to be performing. Now, what are you going to do when you perform?
I'm going to be doing a piece that I did for the competition for the Youth Poet Laureate this year. It's called My Mind, My Soul, and My Phone. And
My mind, my soul, and my phone?
Yeah, it's
interesting.
Pretty interesting one. I think you'll enjoy it, though.
Okay, and what are you going to do?
So I have a piece called The Story of Jimmy. Essentially, it is about a young individual who acts like they are from a certain lifestyle when they know nothing about that lifestyle at all.
You're deep, man. You just take it from whole different levels. Where do you pull this from?
God. Is literally just ideas that he puts into my mind, and once it's something, I get a line, I just build upon that until I just can't anymore.
So you get this message from God, and you build on it.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
And so is that how you write your poetry? Do your original poetry the same way?
Of course. I mean, he's the biggest creator there is. And so he's so creative, you know, you just look at everything and like, you know, God really created like the platypus. Like, who thinks of that?
Platypus.
Exactly. That's my point. And so
wow, I'm so
I feel like, again, even when you're reading his word and everything, there's so much poetry within that. There's so much things you can intake from that.
If you look at the Bible, there's so much poetry in the Bible that you can pull from. It's the best book in the world.
Yeah, but it's mostly him, and it's also things that I've experienced and just the things that are going on around me. You know, as a youth, we struggle with a lot. We watch a lot. It's a whole different day and age. And so I feel like what I can't say through necessarily words, I can definitely write down.
Man, you both are amazing personalities. I wish you so well. As we close this segment out, what do you want to say about anything as we close this segment out? We have 2 minutes. What do you want to say about anything? About you, about the poetry, about anything?
I admire any and every poet who has ever tried.
Ooh. Wow, that's kind of deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep.
2 snaps on that one.
2 snaps. What about you? How do you want to close this out before you perform? You're going to be performing momentarily.
First, I would say follow me on all social media at I Am Project MC. I have the Nice on the Mic workshops coming up at Creative Sulin, actually, where I'll be teaching people how to be better performers.
So say it a little slower because it's on TV. So what are your handles too?
At I Am Project.
I Am Project.
MC. Got the Nice on the Mic workshops.
Perfect.
Coming up at Creative Sulin, where I'm teaching people how to be better performers and public speakers. And to build off what Nala was saying, dare to be different to make a difference.
Dare to be different to make a difference. Wow. And Nala, Nala, what are your handles? What are your...
I don't know about no handles.
You don't have a website, Instagram, Facebook?
No, none of that.
Yeah, none of that stuff. How did I get a hold of you?
You can give my email.
What's your email? What's your email?
It's, okay, y'all gotta listen. It's capital WASHING, right? TON, capital NALA, the number 9.
Why would you make it?
At gmail.com.
Now say it. Now just say it.
It's WashingtonNala9@gmail.com.
Oh, that's better. WashingtonNala9@gmail.com. Well, I've enjoyed both of you. Give me some dap. Give me some dap. Give me some love.
Thank you.
We're going to come back, and these 2 young people are going to perform in our studio. And I hope you've enjoyed them. You see, they bring this certain energy. What I'm impressed with them, they're young people. They're bright. They have command of the English of the language, no Ebonics, but yet they know the power of the word. So thank you both. Congratulations on your success. We appreciate you. I'm going to start following you, and we'll be right back with a live performance in the studio with these unbelievable performers. All right? So don't go away on Kirkland's Corner. Nala, thank you. I like this Project MC. That's a hot name. Keep up the good work. We'll be right back here in Kirkland's Corner, and I'm having a ball. Hope you're enjoying this show. We'll be right back.
You're home before sunrise, on top of the house, the kids, and our future. The smell of your cooking is our alarm clock. My Shiro's day is never done. So let's start saving a little more now so we can feel prepared for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give us the personalized tips we need so we can live our lives to the fullest. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
It's funny how everybody want to be a killer until it's kill time. And they saying that they want to be down just to kill some time. While mothers praying over their sons saying, Lord, please don't let them kill mine. But now sons looking for a shot of clout. Bow! Now they're going to feel 9. Bow! Bow! And then 6 more coming. And when them bullets hit your body, it make you look like you was crumping. But this ain't about gun bars. Because see, I'm really onto something. I mean, it's all about folk fronting like they really come from nothing as if they really come from street life. Yeah, it's all fun and games till that judge see your name and tell you that you won't beat life. See, it's dudes out here locked up, won't see their wife again. Living life, wrong turn, now they ain't seeing life again. So this right here is a story of Jimmy. You know, Jimmy grew up suburban with mother and father figures that tried to keep him deserted from gun violence and gangs, but Jimmy wanted to hang. In the past of his pops, fascinated by the money, by the drugs and the Glocks. Pops used to run the streets, but he got smart and he stopped because he knew if you lived by that block, then you would die by that block. But Jimmy was hard-headed, and he never comprehended what he doing or where he headed. And that's a lifestyle you mess around, get beheaded. See, he not being him about time, somebody said it. Cause see, Jimmy, not a goon. His folks die eating silver bullets while Jimmy eating off a silver spoon. I know a lot of Jimmys. I know a lot of phonies. They pulling moves with these dudes and they really thinking they homies, but you ain't really banging it. Why would you throw away your life? Because you thought it was all right to be claiming it? Dangerous. Take a look in the mirror. Tell yourself you can't hang with this same rope you clown moan. Jermaine said you couldn't hang with this. So my aim with this, I just be trying to penetrate souls deeper than that bullet goes. See them good dudes, not street folks that got real visions and goals. And their mom's telling them, you a male and you black. And I refuse to let you wild out and become another stat. I know my moms tell me that. I know it's more than just chat, because the system was set up to jail a black man, and that is a fact. It's like an insane asylum. They saying we got him. Let's make an example out of him. He was bound to end up here anyways, or else they would have shot him. Bow! 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 See, one night Jimmy was walking home, got caught lacking, got clipped with that ratchet. It's a shame when the mother and father got to put their son in a casket. Jimmy thought gangbanging was all smoke and mirrors. Well, now he coughing bullets like it's magic. Jimmy used to claim he was blood. Well, now his shirt color match it. Don't be Jimmy.
Colossians 3:2. Set your mind on the heavenly things above and not on earthly things. But what if I like what the earth is giving me? Or should I say take away, because now I finally understand why they are called cell phones, as if to say I am trapped within the screen in front of me, my own personal jail cell. And continuously, day by day, I am awakened at 5:15 with no health complications, bad dreams, a dead family, and all I could think about is, did he ever text me back? Because that is more important than getting on my knees. You see, my mind tells me to argue with him through Snap, while all my friends post pose as if that validates them as pretty, and my soul is crying out to me, please, please don't send him that picture. He only wants to see what's in between and not get to know what's on the inside. But my phone, it seemingly connects me to those surrounding me. You know, without it, I wouldn't know what time it is. I wouldn't know anyone's birthday. Dictionaries, that is what Siri's for. And you tell me that technology is making me lazy and that I am losing my creativity. But nah, I completely disagree. My phone, it's like my best friend. But as we all know, best friends, they come and they go. So introducing the new iPhone 11 Pro with new dual cameras, ultra-wide photo, taking a new touch screen. Touch screen. Doesn't it feel good to touch? I have almost forgotten what that feels like in my world. It's so digital. Because I am Facebooking more than books face me, hoping that I book faces to faces. I update my status 427 times to let my 3,000 friends I've obtained online and the 7 I know in real life that I am still breathing. And why spend time with those around me? Why I can spend time online with people who like me? And wouldn't you like to know that I am more than just an amateur person? I am a profile. My smile is 50% genuine and 50% genuine HD. While all I do is whiten my teeth through filters and you don't see me, you see to me, I want you to see. This is all about self-image, self-promotion, and self-indulgence. We are losing emotion. This is the problem with this evolution. We used to play hopscotch and actually talk. But give me a phone and now I'm a zombie who can never look up from their screen. iPad, iPhone, iMac, iChat. I can do all these things without making eye contact. I cannot hear God over all this tweeting. Our ability to feel and think, it's fleeting. But as long as I have a phone, I am never alone. No, we no longer coexist. My friendships are more broken than the cracked screen on my phone. This media we call social is everything but that. Because it's my screen I swipe open and this door I close shut. This technology is an illusion where we want to feel the inclusion. And then we wake up and we see the whole world in confusion. But what if I like what the world is giving me? Why is it that we measure our self-worth by how many likes we get rather than referring to the word? And instead of connecting to God, I'm connecting my hotspot to my friends. We no longer have the patience to have conversations without using abbreviations. And this is the generation of an over-media stimulation. And I am tired. I am tired of this pageantry of vanity. And we are all riding this wave of this digital insanity, and I find myself guilty. But I hope that someday, y'all, when we all got low batteries, we'll actually smile, because that way we'll be one step closer to the Father and humanity.
Special thanks. I hope you enjoyed the show. We had a great time. Talking about the county, talking about the authority. Anthony Lane, I mean, what a great business coach, people strategist, a chance to serve our community. And then obviously we had the young folks here, Nala, and we had Project MC just hanging out. So on behalf of Dianne Lee Productions, we want to say thank you for making it possible. Don't forget that each day, when you work hard as you can to make a better day, reflect on yourself. Did you inspire someone today? I hope we inspired you. Hope you enjoyed yourself. Please send your comments or questions or suggestions to www.diannelee.gov or go to Kirkland's Corner on YouTube and check it out. So we'll see you next week, next time. And bye for now. This is Walt Kirkland, where we bring the movers and the shakers in Washington, D.C. I appreciate you. Be safe out there and wash your hands. See you soon.
Why should I care about the 2020 census?
Every 10 years, the census counts everyone living in the U.S.
Count everyone living with you.
Even kids.
Our numbers help shape funding and services.
For all these things.
That's a lot of stuff.
Your responses are safe and secure.
No matter who you are or where you're from.
We have reasons to care. Shape your future. Start here at 2020census.gov.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects with household cleaning spray. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.